Welcome to this episode of Relationships Turned On. I'm a marriage and relationship counselor, and I help couples have beautiful, epic, long-lasting, loving relationships. And I help them from the comfort of their own home and sometimes in private, exclusive couples counseling retreats as well. So today we're going to talk about the relationship slow burn. So the hidden killer I see in 90% of couples. This one is so pertinent. I feel like I've talked about this a few times, but it is just crazy. Like when I talk about this, it goes full on Instagram because it's happening, right? It's happening everywhere. So the slow burn, what is it? It is your relationships going on and on, as it does each day, each week. And over time, it just gets a little bit worse and a little bit worse and a little bit worse. And you kind of hope that it gets better and you just kind of like knuckle down, think it'll get better, but then it doesn't. It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse over time. And the analogy I give is the frogs boiling in a pot. So the frogs are in the pot and we just start turning up the heat slowly, 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 slowly. And it's happening so slow that the frogs don't even know it's happening. And then they boil to death in the pot. Pretty full on, right? But it happens. And they don't even know that they can jump out because they think they're fine because it's happening so slow. This is what happens to couples all of the time. They often come to me saying, I'm on the brink. Like, this is the last resort. We don't know where else to go. We don't know what else to do. I've tried so hard to make this work. I thought this would get better. And I'm talking they thought it would get better for 5, 10, 3, 4 years, whatever. Like, it varies. But for a very long, extended period of time, they're burnt out, they're worn out, they're exhausted, they're emotionally fatigued, and they don't even know if they've got it in them to even keep sticking around, to even give it a try because they're so worn out. They are exhausted. I see couples like this all of the time, but here's the thing. It doesn't have to be like this and you can fix it. And the biggest thing I'd say is do not wait. A lot of couples wait till it's so long. If you even have an inkling that that might be you, it's probably you. Sorry. Go get help straight away. Do not wait. Your relationship is worth it, and your relationship affects every single area of your life. I know people think it doesn't. I promise you it does, because it's taking energy from you, it's taking bandwidth from you, and your relationship really should be your greatest source of joy, not pain. I'm not saying we don't have hard seasons. There's hard seasons for sure. There's tough conversations for sure. But if your relationship over an extended period of time has felt exhausting, hard, difficult, there's emotional stress and fights, and do something about it. You deserve better. Do something about it. And you can work on it together, right? Or you can go on your own and get support to help yourself and the relationship as well. That is an option a lot of people don't realize is an option. So what I've learned from these, honestly, hearing so many stories about where couples have been and what it's looked like, the biggest threat to your relationship isn't conflict. Often it's the absence of conflict. It's often the couples that have stopped fighting. It's often the couples that have resigned themselves to, like, this is just how it is. What's actually happening is they've stopped caring enough to fight. This is a scary place to be in. If you're fighting, you at least still, like, you've got something in you, like you want to make it work. When you've entered the, like, polite roommate place, that's a scary, scary place for a couple to be in. Really, really scary. Often there's so much numbed down emotion or pushed down emotion, or we'll deal with that later, that you don't even know what you think. You don't even know what you feel anymore. Like, it's not good, but you're just like, yeah, maybe we should do something about it. I don't know if I can be bothered, right? Like, you're just in a weird place. And so you just start drifting apart. The emotional distance grows. The connection fades. There's no physical affection anymore. All of a sudden, the quick kiss and hello goodbye starts disappearing. Those things just kind of drop out and resentment starts to build. And then we start getting to a place of no return. And we don't want to get to that place because one day you wake up and you realize you're strangers and you're looking at this person that you used to share a bed with and you think, I don't even know you anymore. So the real problem here is it's gradual. It's not like something bam, like it's not like a cheating, it's not like a mistrust issue, it's not like something big and huge happens. It's just this slow, gradual burn. There's no crisis, there's no emergency, it's this quiet erosion. And often the quick thing that happens is better because people will get help and support sooner, but the quiet, slow burn is something that sneaks up on people and they don't even know they're in it until they're so deep in it they don't know which way's out. So I want to talk about the solution. So the 5 ways to stop the slow burn. All right. We need to start talking again. So not about logistics, not about schedules, real connection. 5 minutes a day, sit down. What's one thing on your mind today? And just listen to your partner's answers. Start having some conversation. Doesn't have to be huge, doesn't have to be groundbreaking, but something is better than nothing. And if you've been in a place where you're so distant, you have to start with something. So I've had many, many couples and I'll just in this place and say, well, let's just start somewhere. You have to start talking about something, okay? Doesn't really even matter the topic. The next one is we want to start bringing back really kind of basic casual physical affection. Really, really small stuff. Holding hands while watching TV, hand on the shoulder as you walk past, a real hug that lasts more than 2 seconds. Your nervous system really regulates together through touch. Oxytocin is released, love and bonding hormone. You want to start having more connection in the form of physical touch. And like I say, it can be very just like friends level physical touch to begin with, and then you kind of amp it up. Solution 3 is have weekly intentional conversations. Now, this is a little deeper than the 5-minute check-in. You want to pick one night a week where you can have no phones, no distractions, no kids, nothing like that, and talk about something that matters. Talk about yourself, your fears, your goals, your dreams. Start getting deeper with one another. You want to start addressing the small irritations, the disconnection, or any resentment straight away. If you can talk about it together, wonderful. Most of the time, couples will need support in this. So go and get support. I offer a couples counseling day. This is the place for you. This is the place for these couples for sure. You can book a free call. You can go to the link below and book a free call and let's talk about it. You have to do something about it. And these conversations need a structured way so you don't rehash on things and just feel bad, but so you actually heal it, move on and be done with that. Number 5, you really want to schedule regular relationship maintenance. So what I mean by that is, you know how we maintain our car or maintain our house or even our career, we do PD and things like that. Your relationship needs this too. You need to be talking about how you're doing, what's working, what needs attention, what needs fixing, what needs focusing on. If you do this regularly, then you can constantly improve. Like it's like checking all the time, right? And successful couples honestly talk about this. They do this regularly to make sure their relationship stays healthy, okay? So here's what you need to understand. If you're listening to this and thinking, we're fine, we're not fighting, I want you to ask yourself a harder question than just that. When's the last time you had a real conversation? When's the last time you felt truly seen by your partner? And when's the last time you felt excited to see them walk through the door? If you can't answer those questions easily, you might be in a slow burn situation. But there is so much hope. It's fixable. The slow burn is fixable. Unlike betrayal or major trust issues, this is about rekindling something that's still there. It's just dormant. We just got to find it again. It's right there. Just got to uncover it and get you to feel it again. So my challenge for you this week is to pick one of the 5 solutions and commit to them. Commit to it for 7 days, for a week. Just one thing. If you're feeling brave, have a conversation with your partner about this episode and ask them, do they feel the slow burn too? Identifying where you're at is so important. It might actually be really uncomfortable. I'm sure it will be. But conversations, like the uncomfortable, hard ones, are the beginning of real change. So thank you so much for listening. Please comment below. What's the number one thing you're going to do this week? Or did you do it and how did it go? Tell me. I'd love to connect with you. Also, hit subscribe. I've got some great episodes coming your way. It's now time for you to turn your relationship on.